Hey CrossFit Learners members, welcome to another Be Relentless vlog. On Thursday, I realized I said I was so excited to talk about a few of the gym update number 2 items, and I just got caught up in talking about programming and I skipped them. So let's talk just for a moment about the Fit 3D body scanner. This is a very powerful tool that you as members have unlimited access to. You can have a snapshot of where you're at every day, every month, every quarter. It's your choice. We suggest that you don't do it any more than once a month unless you are directed by a coach or a personal trainer otherwise to do so, right? Because anything shorter than that, there's not enough time for whatever activities you're doing is to actually go ahead and culminate into something that's a actual palpable, physical, and permanent change, right? With that, the cool thing about the body scanner is that it actually goes ahead and gives you an overall body shape rating, which is something rare that a lot of other tools out there don't do. And it's relatively simple rather than a lot of really like a ton of scientific terms that are hard to wrap an individual's head around sometimes. So go ahead, you can start using that. It's an amazing tool. Feel free to ask either myself or Amy exactly what you can look to, and then look at our programs page on our website. So you can just scroll down the front page and eventually you'll see Fit 3D body scanner, or you'll go ahead.
And he'll be sending out an email soon too with all that information.
Yeah.
As I walk James in bed.
And so you can click that, or you can just go to tab of programs, click the 3D body scanner, and you'll see a part 1, part 2, 2 videos that Amy and I have done giving a little more detail, and then 3 generic ones from Feed 3D about how to do it, the web portal that everybody has free access to, and then a little bit more details about the posture analysis tool. So let's go ahead, let's jump into programming. Tomorrow we're going to be doing our inversions, aka try and just get upside down, handstand push-ups, handstand hold or walks, just going ahead and trying to build that. This is going to be the last week before going into the test week for the gymnastics cycle. Remember, this gymnastics cycle was a really short one, so it really kind of shows how hard you worked, right? Because if you kind of were coasting and not putting a ton of effort and work in every time we were hitting a specific skill, you might have not, your return on investment might be a little low. But don't be disappointed if there's not a gigantic change, just because between switching up from Icon back to in-house programming, this cycle just ended up being pretty short, right? And I'll go ahead and be talking about that later next week, about what the next cycle is going to look like. I'm excited about that. But the majority of the programming after the inversion work is going to be, this is one of my favorite weightlifting complexes to do. It's going to be a 3-position snatch, and it's going to be EMOM style. So it's going to be a 20-minute EMOM. Every minute on the minute for 20 minutes, you're going to be doing a high hang squat snatch, then a low hang squat snatch, then a squat snatch where the barbell is pulled from the floor. Every other minute, you must go up weight, right? So be smart with what weight you start with. For some of you, you might have to be like, I'm starting with a blank bar, right? For those of you that cannot snatch more than 55 pounds, right? Or snatch more than 100 pounds for dude skis, 95, somewhere around that 85 pounds for ladies. Just be smart, and maybe for the first rounds, don't load any weight on the barbell and just try to make the movement feel good. Remember what it's going to be is you're going to do the first minute. Directly after you complete the lift in the first minute, you're going to add on weight. So you're lifting your new weight on the even minutes, right? So for example, let's say I start with 95 pounds. I snatch, go through the complex, minute 1, I add weight. Minute 2, let's say I add a total of 10 pounds. On minute 2, I'm going to snatch that 105 weight. For minute 3, I'm going to snatch that 105 weight. I'm going to add 10 more pounds. For minute 4, I'm going to be snatching 115 pounds, and so on and so forth. So that way on the 20th minute, you get to lift your heaviest load. Guys, this is a really fun EMOM. I'm not going to lie, it is a very challenging EMOM as well. Make sure that you give yourself a ton of buffer and start really light, and just try to use that front half, front 3/4 as a time just to drill in the positions. And just like it was last week, and then Thursday's workout was to go ahead and just try to make things feel good under some contextual fatigue with that 800-meter run. So with that, I'm not going to go ahead and go anything after here about what's happening in the gym. We already kind of talked about the Fit 3D. For mobility, stability, guys, we're going to do it's quite a bit of squatting. So turn on your midline and your glutes. Okay? And then if you have extra time before class, I would go ahead and try to warm up your ankles, your hips, and then your shoulders as much as possible. Guys, as always, be relentless in everything that you do. Keep on drinking your water, making sure whenever you go out, try to at least have a 1-to-1 libation and hydration, and then keep on cheering people on in class. The positive atmosphere has been really electrifying. Guys, we'll see you on the other side.